the same people that are. Oh,
Say again?
Nope.
No, go on ahead. It's fine.
No, I said the same people that are, cheering the censoring, the covering up of a butt in a movie, are the same ones that have no problem with 14-year-old girls having sex.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird situation with that. Anyway, hey, True Believers England team here. We're having a hangout tonight, man. It's simple as that. I titled it, "You Look Like the Question." Why? Because I don't know. Why not? Because there is literally no real topic tonight. Whatever you guys want to talk about, whatever you honestly, let's just go with that. We haven't done one of these in a very long time. I have found a couple of things that I think would be interesting to talk about that probably would have made a better and more interesting grabbing title or something like that. But whatever. And with me is Back Issue Breen.
Good evening, kids.
And, of course, the real Dr. VENKMAN, except no substitutes. Good evening, England. Are you a music person? I am a flesh and blood person. But, yes, I do like some music. Yeah. And considering I sing all the time.
Greetings, fellow readers.
Yeah.
It's I, Dr. VENKMAN.
I am one of those music people who believe that the best music ended the day he stopped being a teenager. You know, I'm one of those people. After 1993, music just hasn't been the same.
Yep, after I was done being a teenager, that's when everything went to crap.
Yeah, how about you, Breen? When was it? When was the time you realized, I really don't give a shit about modern music?
Oh, wow. Well, I've done this for a living for decades, so I hear, the best of what every era has to offer. But I'm thinking about the teenager line. And my last year being a teenager would have been 81. So I can see that.
Technically, for me, it would have been 1990 because I was 20.
1998, I was 13 years old.
At 90, but
right.
But I have to say, really, the day that I realized I just don't give a crap about new music is when they tried to convince me Hanson was rock and roll. I'm like, nope, I'm out. If this is you guys are. You're stretching it to limits I can't freaking stand. So, yeah, out. Well, then may I recommend you Nightwish, and song is Nemo. You recommend away. My kids right now, they listen to K-pop. So I hear a lot of that kind of stuff.
In my generation, we listen to J-pop.
J-pop?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go.
We went from Creed to J-pop.
After I was no longer a teenager, country music was not the same, says Underworld Dream. Same here, except for Meatloaf. Yes, the one time I ever kicked a beautiful girl out of my car is when she turned from Meatloaf to Vanilla Ice. And I was like, yeah, we're not doing that. Goodbye, honey.
You could blame the millennials for the whole K-pop thing.
I'm sorry, but if we're listening to Bat Out of Hell on classic rock, you do not turn it over to the pop station to listen to Vanilla Ice. Ice, baby,
I was riding in a truck with this guy who turned the Rolling Stones off and settled on Pink.
Yikes. Actually, the first time I heard Vanilla Ice, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I dig this. And the girl said, yeah, this is my jam. And I'm like, really? You like Queen? She goes, who? And that's when it started. I was like,
first year working in the record store, we were playing Under Pressure, and some girl unironically said, who's that ripping off Vanilla Ice?
Oh, I got that with Mama Ken. They said, oh, I love that song, Guns N' Roses. No. Let's see. Christopher Barker, Nightwish is a great band, says Undead Quinn. Oh, what the hell? Okay, let's find this thing here.
If there was a problem, you'll all solve it. Check out the hook.
I can't put it on in any way, shape, or form where it can be heard by any other people here. Otherwise, we're shut down in an inch. What's it called? Nightwish, and it's called Nomad, right? Okay.
Nemo.
Well, you know what? It popped right up. Oh, she's kind of cute. Okay, it starts off. I think if I show the video, even it'll lock us down.
Nightwish is that's those anime thing, isn't it?
Okay, there's a bit of a storm going on. Okay, I like this. So far, so good with the guitars kicking in, a little piano in the back. She's kind of pretty. I can't.
She's kind of, but
this is actually very close to what we were listening to in the 80s. It's obviously updated a little bit, you know, the sound and everything. But
well, bro, I was in the 90s, man. It was all about Scott Strapp with arms wide open.
Please tell me you didn't like Creed.
So
on the radio, it grew on me. I did not like it, but I was like, it was like,
that's pretty good,
dude. I was stuck at work. All I heard was freaking my sacrifice.
That is actually pretty good there, man. Good call. Here you go. If you like a little bit of heavy metal with a female singer, find a song called "All We Are" by oh my gosh, Dora Pesh. I think they were called Warlock, but the lead singer's Dora Pesh. So try that one there, Chris. I think you'll dig on that. All we are, all we are, we are all we need. Oh, and by the way, Creed, I worked at Universal Studios when they did their, what is it, Arms Wide Open video, I think it is. Hold on, let me look that one up, make sure.
Oh, Birthday Masquerade, yeah, pretty good.
That's my imitation of Arms Wide Open.
But you know what, though? I'll take Creed over Pearl Jam any fucking day.
What?
Oh, it's My Sacrifice. That's it.
I can't.
Okay,
I can't
hold on, wait. Let me. I'm gonna. I love the way they make this look like a city. I do have to share this.
Still frame. Cannot show clip. Don't just show still frame.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing that because that's all I need. All righty. So the video starts up. All right. Oh. Here we go. Okay, right across the street to the left, there's a hamburger joint. What you're looking behind them, can you guys see my cursor?
Can you maximize it?
Okay, can I maximize this? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Can you still see it?
There you go.
Okay, yeah. Right over, yeah, let me see. Right here's a little bit of a clock tower. This is a restaurant right here. This is the earthquake attraction. Right in this area is Jaws.
Nice.
So yeah, and right behind, like he's walking towards the horror makeup show. Let me see if I can't find. Yeah, this is the New York area. Right here, you could see the building. This is this is Murder, She Wrote going on right here, and this is a bathroom. Let's see. But yeah, we actually got to see this. What is it with the 90s videos and the old men? There was always an old man in every gosh darn 90s video.
I don't know.
Did you remember 3 Doors Down, Kryptonite?
Okay, so this is actually, they really did this, by the way. What they did was they took those cement blocks you might see on a highway, and then they put rubber tarp all over everything, and then they literally flooded this street. This is not a fake background right here. This is the Daily Planet building from the 1950s Superman TV show. I thought something would happen with Breen there going, hey, I recognize that. Right here, as a matter of fact, you can't see it, but out here, this is supposed to be the facade of the hotel that Jimmy Stewart went to in the movie Vertigo. And this door right here is the home for wayward girls from the movie Annie. This is a video arcade right here. In this area, you have the Mummy, And the Daily Planet building was, at the time, I want to say it was still Ghostbusters, but it might have turned into Twister at that point in time. But you see where the cars are right here, right past them. It's not flooded, but I really thought they did a good job by making it look like a flooded street there. Okay, that guy is just the lead singer. Let's see. Oh, and by the way, he really did. I thought it was kind of funny because they did get the guys in there. Okay, that's the same angle. This right here is an Irish shop. I kid you not. They've just got a whole bunch of Irish clothing and everything like that. Oh, with the sacrifice. Yeah, the palace right there. It's a video arcade. With arms wide open under the sunlight. All right, just to give you guys the music that's going on. The fucking hell were these people thinking? Serious. Okay, right over here, we might see a little bit better, but this is a Blues Brothers shop because right around the corner, they would do the Blues Brothers show. They have a small stage. This right here is an Irish restaurant called Finnegan's. It's not bad. I'm a particular fan of their shepherd's pie. Let's see. I told him, man, we're talking about anything right here, man. I don't know what you're talking about, man. I'm just going on down with looking into a Creed video thinking, man, what is a Universal Studio?
So great. Like, they're really playing the guitars in the water.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure those electric guitars are being played in the water, power on. Yeah.
Hydropower, bro.
Yeah. Let's see. I can't believe we're talking about a Creed video of all things, but fuck it. Why not, you know? Oh, by the way, I thought that was kind of funny because what they would do is that boat that he's in, they would take the actors out to, you know, like, here you go, kids, stand on this car. I know it's wet. Don't slip. You know, and they took him out to do that bit. Let's see. That's just the other angle. Behind here is, oh, no, we're going in the other direction. Behind here is a really good facade where it looks like it's the 1940s New York. Let's get to another thing.
Parker, quit yelling meatloaf. This isn't old school.
Yeah, I noticed the other members of the band.
No, what was it?
Say again?
The other members of the band are in the water, but Scott's napkin gets walk on it.
Yeah, he's dry, yeah.
Not old school, it's Wedding Crashers. But he kept saying, like, Angle Tape, Meatloaf. That's, I think, of every single time.
Hey, I don't have any experience with a meatloaf thing. Okay, this over here is actually the street. I don't know if you saw a Sylvester Stallone movie called Oscar, but this is actually the street they filmed Oscar on. Right here is just a park for people to sit around. It's also a smoking area. That they had to clear off. The school bus is a random vehicle that they have. Sometimes they place it around places. Some of these were also taken from the King Kong ride, so they're actually smaller than real cars. The point was that when you're looking down on them, they want to make it look like you're higher than they are, so they made the cars smaller.
Can you get me higher?
Can you get me higher? Yeah. You can tell I'm a Creed fan. Okay, now this right here, let me see if I can. Okay, this right here is very cool because they did a lot of this. Okay, this is... I want to make sure that I'm pointing to the right thing because I know they did this in front of Mel's Diner. You see the cars here. There's usually a whole bunch of 1950s cars. This is Mel's Diner. It's a burger shop. You can see the cash registers in the back right here. Every table has its own. They took them off right here, but every table has its own little jukebox. Don't put your money in it because it's a waste. Right here is the DJ where they spin records. Originally, they had an actor play Wolfman Jack, but they got rid of it. This is the outside of it. basically that's it. But normally there's 1950s cars surrounding them. See if I can't get, because I can't believe they moved everything. Trying to get to that part right there. Come on, man. Okay, this I feel sorry for. I worked this, by the way. This model right here, they had a huge fan over, and they were literally just throwing shit into it.
Look at that truck, man. Oh, look at that.
Yeah. And of course, they replaced the these cars are usually 50s. They replaced them there. But that woman is literally just standing in front of a big old fan as they throw shit at her. So I guess that's why they make the big bucks, right? And for this scene right here, they replaced it with shattered glass, and you can actually see it broke before the thing went through the window. So yeah, they actually did that right there on the day of also. Fun times. It was really cool to watch it. I'm still not a Creed fan. Sorry, gang. If you are, it's your kind of thing. But yeah.
Chrononaughts bringing up that Jesse's girl is also Stacy's mom.
I heard somebody put those. I heard somebody put those together. Yeah, Englentine Zandria Meatloaf cover. You can only yell Free Bird. I had Meatloaf for dinner, not the musician. When Eddie said he didn't like his Teddy, he was a no good kid. No, nobody else, just me. Yeah. Okay, so Meatloaf played a character named Eddie in the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and Eddie was the meat that they served at the dinner. So if you're talking about having Meatloaf the singer, when Eddie said he didn't like his Teddy, he was a good kid.
I remember seeing he's in the freezer. He's got an axe in his head.
And when he threatened your thighs with a dick this size. Yeah, I
never knew the lyrics though, bro.
Pardon? What?
I never knew the lyrics though.
Oh, to what?
Rocky Horror Picture Show. I saw it once, and I cringed so hard. I just purged it from memory.
You have to see it with the first time I saw it, there was no live cast. Don't see it that way. You have to see it with a live cast.
I saw it with Tim Curry.
But it was a live cast doing the show, making fun of it, the whole 9 yards. Yeah. Whatever happened to Saturday night?
Sword of Hercules hanging over my head.
The sword of Damocles was hanging over my head.
Now, did you ever get to go to the theater and do all the participation stuff?
Yeah. I joined a cast. My brother was part of it, and I hung around there for a while. I got to be Brad, and they asked me to do. Me to do Rocky one time because they didn't have a Rocky. I'm like, I'm this. Believe it or not, at the time, I'm like this skinny, guys. I'm not anywhere near Rocky. No, I'm not gonna freaking do. So, and the other guy they got was actually skinnier than I was. So, I when I would work out, I always had like the Bruce Lee kind of body. Like I could build muscle, but it was never like you muscle, you know. But yeah, I actually did that. I begged to do some Rocky Horror. I was part of the choir at high school. I begged to do, but just the thought, because I wanted to do live stage. There's a song that was on stage that Brad does that never made it into the movie. It's called Once in a While. They wouldn't let me do it because it was Rocky Horror Picture Show. I was like, but it's such a beautiful song. Let's see. Englentine, look up Xandra. I would do anything for love. Really? She just does Meatloaf and things. They still have that up with the cars. Oh, yeah, it is. They now have all the 50s cars out. Did they throw hamburger in your theater? After a while, no. After a while, things did change, like what they could throw, what they couldn't throw because of the actual messes that they would make. And, of course, Florida's bird is the cockroach. So, yeah, you can't throw certain foods around anymore. Yep.
I gotta say my favorite 90s band is still the Offspring.
Say again?
Offspring is still my favorite 90s band.
Hello. Dang it. He's Dalton. You're always, you're always welcome, man. I hope this. I hate it when he can't get heard here. I seriously do. Hey, what's up, Tim? How are you doing? Why don't you pop on? We're talking about music and all that kind of stuff, and whatever. In all honesty, I think that's the topic of the day. Whatever.
All right.
Yeah.
This is the whatever stream.
Yeah, we had a theater where I lived that showed that, and you could bring all the stuff to throw at the audience and all that kind of stuff. And 1 week before I had tickets to go, there was a brawl in the theater, and they cut it all off.
Tim, you may not know music, but you do know this. Your book. It's awesome.
When Eddie said he didn't like us, Teddy, you knew he wasn't no good kid.
Yeah, I think he has 25 more days or 24 more days left if you guys want to back this. Common America.
Yes.
Great original story. What Miss Marvel should be today.
What Ms. Marvel should be today.
Dude, I loved it.
Say again?
No, I was talking to Tim. He's in the chat, so.
Yes, I know. Okay. OBKB.
Tim, you come on if you want to promote your book, I guess.
Yeah, come on in. Talk. I'm trying to get the the message home. Gosh darn it. I get so many messages sometimes they get buried. So yeah. Send them the link.
Again.
My current music playlist on Windows Music Player ranges from 60s to mid 2000s, says Maranya. I've got some 2000s, and fun is okay, and I dig on what was that? The Black Parade.
This is just like a work stream.
Who are those guys?
Work.
Oh yeah, you do all the tech. Yeah. Who was the Black Parade people? When I was a young boy. He's drawing Black Ops. That's cool.
Yeah.
What was that? My father took me into the city to see the Black Parade.
What? No idea.
They did that song, Teenager Scared the Living Crap Out of Me. Damn it. The freaking hell. It's Gerard Way. It's his band, right? What's up, Dalton? Gerard Way, it was, God dang it. My kids listened to it, and I just got into it because they do it. Chemical Romance, thank you.
My Chemical Romance.
Dang, I hate it when it's like right there. And
the song Helena is what my only song I like with it.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It really is. I dug on that. My teenage years, says Undead Quinn. Yeah, my daughters too. I guess y'all are around the same age. How many books does that make out so far this year, Tim? Have you heard any postmodern jukebox? I don't. But like I said, I am living a sheltered life. It's all old stuff for me, basically. Give me my old heavy metal, my old rock and roll. I like Styx. I like Queen. I like Aerosmith. I like Iron Maiden, Metallica. Sometimes some Megadeth, depending.
Okay, got a question for you.
Then again, I also like some Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin.
And for the chat too, if you could only listen to music from one decade for the rest of your life.
Let me think about 80s.
Vank?
I have to go with 60s.
Same here, 60s.
Not a bad pull, but the reason I got to go with the 80s is because I love my heavy metal. I love my rock and roll. And it was for everybody. And I can't imagine a life without Let's Go Crazy. And you know what? Damn, but are you saying like I couldn't listen to a band that had songs like no. Aerosmith started in the 70s?
Nope.
70s. Nope. I got to go 70s. 70s.
That's why I was saying like 60s, man. Rolling Stones.
Well, in the 70s, I've got Aerosmith. I got my Styx, got my Queen. Yeah, I got to go 70s on that then.
Yeah, I took the 60s because you get the second half of the bop era, like in jazz.
Yeah,
you get all the 60s rock, the Beatles, the best Stones, and
yeah, the music,
so
the fast cars, dude.
A lot of Motown. So yeah, there's.
But yeah, as much as I love the Beatles and Rolling Stones, sorry, I got to go 70s.
60s are great. 60s are great.
It's a tough question.
Well, it really is. Yeah, because there are some great bands that bled over into other decades, but when you're talking about those,
60s are great. There was no governor on your engine. You can go as fast as you wanted.
Give England team Witch House and see the rants. Have you ever been to the Edison? I heard its shows are wild. Oh, no, not yet. We haven't experienced the nighttime shows. I want to, though. Getting my wife out to Disney during the nighttime, however, is incredibly difficult. I told her I was going to start going by myself, though. She said, okay. Yeah. Chris. No. So I'm watching VH1, and they were having this music thing, and they were talking about, I kid you not, the greatest voices of rock and roll. And they're getting down to the top 10. I'm thinking, okay, this is cool. They in the top 10, they get to like number 4 or something. It's like Robert Plant. All righty, I guess so. Number 3, Meatloaf. Yeah, really powerful voice. May not be the most, the highest selling of all of them, but Meatloaf's got a very powerful voice. And I was wondering, okay, so who's number 2? Because number 1 is going to be Freddie Mercury. It's got to be. So they say number 2, Freddie Mercury. I'm like, well, automatically your list is shit. But so they go along and they tell all the reasons why Freddie Mercury is great. And then it's like, and the number 1 voice in rock and roll history, which to me means of all time, Mariah Carey. I'm like, first of all, Chief, let's go back to that thing about her being rock and roll. And second of all, have you ever listened to it? Just no. I'm sorry, but Mariah Carey better than Freddie Mercury. Can you make that case? And
well, she's still alive.
Yeah, she sounds better now. But oh my gosh,
he hasn't sounded good since he died.
Mariah Carey could really do that high-pitched dog whistle. But that was her falsetto. She never sang in that high pitch. Now, you know who did sing a couple of songs high pitch like that because he had the freaking range? Freddie Mercury. That boy could sing. But yeah, I hope Grace Slick. Oh, and what's her name from Heart?
Oh,
she is amazing. Ann Wilson.
Yeah.
Oh, she's got a voice.
I always remember her last name because I'm like, what's Deadpool's last name?
Yeah. As far as female rock and rollers, her and Pat Benatar are amazing.
What's the other great band? It's Wilson Phillips.
Wilson Phillips.
Hold on for one more day.
RDV can't be with us now, guys. We're talking about rock and roll.
Don't you dare mute me. I'll leave the stream.
Yeah, don't forget Janis Joplin when you're talking about ladies that rock.
Hello. How's it going? Good Dog Press.
She rocked and smoked rocks.
There you go. Naming Mariah Carey as the best rock and roll voice is like calling Brie Larson's performance Captain Marvel Oscar quality. It does not compute. How's your father is telling you to turn on your man card there, Venkman?
Great.
England team, if you like Meatloaf, try out Avantasia. They're a rock opera band. Okay, I'll give it a try sometime.
We've had them in the store several times. Not the band, but I mean we've sold several of their records. Yeah,
I guess this is more your field here. What with the music background?
It depends on what direction you go.
DJ Breen.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to continue. Mike Patton is powerhouse of vocalist, says Undead Quinn. I have no idea who these names are.
That's Gary related to Patton.
Yeah, isn't he that comedian, the little short guy?
Oh, Patton Oswalt.
The little short guy?
Yeah. Oh, I brought this just to show you. This came in the mail. This is the other one that turned out pretty good. So I'm very happy with it, at least. Whoops, until I destroy it. So
nice.
Yeah. And I got this. Now, I knew these would be in bad condition, but I bought them for myself, so I wasn't worried too much. But I was wondering, like, why would somebody write on a comic book? And then I got interested. What did this person, what was so important that this person had to write on issue number 2 of the Monkees? Yeah. And if you look, it's it's like nothing. Okay. It's not even a message. They doodled on this freaking comic book. That I just couldn't freaking believe that. Yeah. But it's very much they really do try to make it like the TV show and such. It was all right. So I got that. These I think I'm going to keep for myself because I'm a huge Monkees fan. So I'll right now these are fillers. Like I bought these for less than $5 each, but if I when I can afford and when I can get better ones, I want to keep them because
Favorite Monkees song?
Oh goodness, my favorite Monkees song. Oh man, that is a. Let me actually. I think I've got that because I think I put them in order, and right here. Look at that. That's this.
Those are nice.
Yeah, these aren't bad copies. Some of these are okay.
Easy.
I just need to find me another version of number 2, and yeah. Let's see. Favorite Monkees song.
Well,
I mean, Daydream Believer is pretty damn good. But, damn. You know what I like? I guess it could be my favorite, but there's a song that Mickey Dolenz does. It's called Going Down. Floating down the river with Cedric Liver, and which can forgive her, but I do believe she meant it when she told me how to, that one. Yeah. I can't do it without the freaking music because, it's one of those.
Well, I have one.
But
take the last train to
Clarksville. Yeah, good song, man.
Because
take
it's a
the
rock
last song. Train to Clarksville, and I'm waiting at the station.
That's I believe they got to rock.
You can
be there by 4:30. Because I've made your reservation. Don't be slow.
What was the other one?
In bed, my pillow wrapped around my head. Okay, I thought I had all these in. Let me see. I thought I had all these in order. My Monkees songs on my computer from best to worst. I actually went and did this to a lot of my favorite bands. Whereas just okay, sure, fine, let's do it that way. But let's see. Oh, yeah, things like. The kind of girl I could. I'm always. Oh no, not my number one song from the Monkees is a song that. No, I just realized I'm the only one on screen. Buy me a dog, a Daydream Believer. Gonna buy me a dog. Yeah, cause I need a friend now. But it's a. My favorite Monkees song is a song done by Mike Nesmith. It's a very quiet kind of song. He did it on like Hee Haw or something. It's called 9 Times Blues. Gail knows which one because I play this all the time when we're in the car. It's there's certain something in the way you looked at me and said you stay that let me know that I was out of line. I didn't know what else to do, and like a fool I tested you by demanding things of you which weren't mine. And now I feel like such a fool for making you crawl back to me. Sorry, but there you go. Yeah, that one. Y'all ever hear it?
I don't think I have.
Yeah, it's me neither until I got the big box set. And you get those
that's the one.
Rarities and all that kind of stuff.
My second favorite by them is Steppin' Stone.
Oh, I love Steppin' Stone. That is a good one. For the longest time, Randy Scouse gets, why don't you cut your hair? Why don't you live up there? Yeah. Old school heavy metal England teen. If so, try out Visigoth, Sirith Ungol, Eternal Champion. All righty. These days, I got to admit, I do. I just like, if I'm in a car and I'm listening, anything I can sing to. Basically, if you get in the car with me, it's basically like buying a ticket to the England teen concert. Isn't it, Gailey?
You in the Grove England team?
Yeah. I sing to the radio a lot. All the time.
I always say,
That's one thing I don't like. I like actually hearing the people sing. Not someone else singing off.
Yeah, she says that to me all the time. I like the song better when John Bon Jovi sings it. Let's see. Pleasant Valley Sunday. The local rock group down the street is trying hard to learn their songs. It came out when the Monkees were on the downslope and Mike was trying to go solo. Yeah. I'm a believer, and a little bit me, a little bit you are also on the top. Basically, I like Mike Nesmith's songs, but I found, in all honesty, that the braver songs were done by Mickey Dolenz, and I kind of dug those. Like I said, Going Down, I'm not your stepping stone, Randy Scouse, Get. I'll also like, what is it? No time at all. Just y'all know the hits.
No. I was going to say my favorite song is Listen to the Band.
Oh, hey, mercy woman, play the song. I'm listening. That one. Yeah.
Listen to the band. Dun,
Come on and listen to the band.
dun.
Dun, dun, da, da, dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that was really good.
Because nobody took him seriously as a musician.
Because he was in the Monkees. Yeah, but he's a really good musician.
I gotta admit, though, for being an older TV show like that their theme song is still one of the best today.
Oh yeah.
Well,
yeah,
all of this when I argue with people of eras of bubblegum, I say, we had the Monkees, you have New Kids on the Block, case closed.
Yeah, I'd rather have the Monkees any freaking day. Yeah, that's a good one. I like their Thunderstruck.
We had Marky Mark.
Well, I mean, you could play a radio station. You could play a Beatles song, then a Monkey song, then a Stone song, and the Monkey song isn't out of place.
Okay, so Davy Jones was always at Epcot for the Flower and Garden Show. They had, they always invited the Flower Children, the 1960s bands and everything. And it's kind of funny because I'm a big Monkees fan. I would show the TV shows to Ashley and Elizabeth when they were kids, like little kids. They would watch this. And I took them out to see Davy Jones. And so he comes out. This is like, I guess, 2000, 1998. It's late 90s, early 2000s. And Davy Jones comes out. And my daughter looks and goes, "Is that his dad?" I thought that was funny. Yeah, they didn't recognize it. But I remember there was one year, during this song, he sang for the Brady Bunch. "Girl, look what you've done to me. he would walk around the crowd, and man, women love that man. Even when he got older, women loved that man, and they would get hugs, and he'd walk around. So Elizabeth decided she's going to get a hug. So she goes up, and he's walking around, and she's waiting. She's waiting by the stairs, and here he comes. And he walks, and he turns right up and goes on the stairs. Elizabeth is heartbroken. She comes, whoa! And she's crying. And he finishes up, and he's like, die. And he looks down, and there's this baby little girl looking up, all crying. And he's like, oh, what's wrong? And he's got that British accent and all that. And he asked, what's wrong? I said, oh, he was wanting a hug. And he comes down. She got a hug. And she says, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to sing this song just for you. And he got back up on stage, and he did Daydream Believer. And I'm there, whoa, because I thought this was, oh, my daughter's, I thought that was really sweet. So,
and Tim said he thought you meant Pirates Davy Jones.
Pirates Davy Jones, yeah. But no, it was really cool. It was good to see him. We went every freaking year to see Davy Jones, and then of course he passed away. And I thought it was really cool because Mickey Dolenz took his spot. And it was such a great show. And man, you want to talk about a whole bunch of old people, just in frickin' tears, man. Because yeah, he had a hard time too, because he did some of his own solo stuff. He did the monkey stuff, of course. And he says he goes, if you know what happened, you know why you know that I really don't want to be here, because his friend died, and so he went into Daydream Believer as well. And yeah, it was just the whole freaking house, man. Everybody singing along. It's just everybody is like, it was like saying goodbye and everything. It was really nice. It was really cool. Let's see. The Monkees were pretty serious back in the day. They were all over the TV and guest star spots on the shows. There's a lot of fun. I've got those box sets that look like record players. I think one's behind you. Can you hand me one of those? Are they behind you? They might be in the closet on the shelf. They're in that closet there. I don't know if you can get them, but yeah, they look like record players. Don't worry about it. And they've got I've got all the episodes. It's like I love that. It's one of the best things. And also they've got a whole bunch of extras along with it. And they've got the Kellogg's commercial, KELLO, double good. So yeah, good times. Hard to watch those guys now when you grew up with them. A little bit. There's only 2 left. But yeah, only 2 left of the Monkees. Good stuff though. Had a lot of fun with it.
A little bit of me and a little bit of you.
So it's really hard to
watch the other 2. Say again? It's
really hard to watch the other 2.
Well, yeah, what, Peter and Davey? Yep. I met Mickey Dolenz once. He was at MegaCon, and I told him, I said, look, I don't have anything to sign or anything. Just wanted to shake your hand, and meet you. That's all. And that was it. I thought about buying some drumsticks though, even though I have because at the time we were also playing Rock Band, and I thought it would be really cool to have some Mickey Dolenz drumsticks. Yeah. How old you say your sister was?
It's on my mind that like some of those songs were actually written by Neil Diamond.
Oh yeah, Neil Diamond was huge. A lot of their first 3 albums were the Monkees. The more of the Monkees, and
well, I was saying a little bit of for example, a little bit of me, a little bit of you sounds like a
little bit.
Yeah, it's got the whole.
Look out! Here comes tomorrow. That's when I have to choose. How I wish I could borrow someone else's shoes.
60s, you had a few different boy bands, yeah, going around.
Just a few, yeah. But they were cool.
Beach Boys, the Monkees.
I remember I had a friend named Mary when Run DMC came out with their song, Mary, Mary, why you bugging? Not a lot of people know that is a sampled version of a monkey song.
Yep.
Mary, Mary, where you going to? Ding, 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 ding. Yep.
Venkman, you know Brian Wilson would take exception to you lumping the Beach Boys in with boy bands.
I know.
Because
I threw it in there because
have you ever heard Pet Sounds?
Yes.
never heard of that. Is that what album was it off of?
It's
no, it's the
considered
name of the
one
album.
of, if not the greatest album ever made.
Yeah, it was. Brian Wilson wanted to top the Beatles, so he damn near went insane, creating this magnum opus, and he does that, and then the Beatles just roll out of bed with Sgt. Pepper, and it,
I like the way you say that. They roll out of bed. It's like, oh, he thinks he's something now, doesn't he?
Now, personally, I think Pet Sounds is a better album.
As you can. Actually, I do like. By the way, they made a movie starring John Cusack, playing Brian Wilson. They made a movie about the creation of not just Pet Sounds, but it was specifically Good Vibrations.
It was the story of Brian Wilson going crazy.
Yeah. Because he I think he wanted to be more than just a surfer band.
Yeah.
And he did that, and he did a couple other things that I can't remember the other album he made around that time that was wasn't as good. I mean that was the thing. Was it took everything Brian Wilson had to do it once, and the Beatles have a string of albums that are as well thought of, if not better thought of. And
yeah, it's like, really, what is the better album between Sgt. Pepper, Let It Be, Abbey Road, the White Album? They had a good string of albums.
Well, Let It Be is just the outtakes from Abbey Road.
So would you technically call that a better album? Because Long and Winding Road is on Let It Be. That is
well, it kind of makes you realize just how talented they were. I mean,
these were the outtakes.
Yeah, and by that time, they couldn't even be in the same room with each other to record. And it's been like that for like the second half of their
Light Goats. Yeah. Brian Wilson movie was pretty good. He pushed himself in the band pretty hard. Yeah, that really was. What is it called? Because I know it's on Hulu. It's available for streaming on Hulu right now.
Which is a weirder movie, Tommy or Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band?
Tommy. Tommy makes no freaking sense. At least, I mean, and I know, look, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club, it's a bad movie. It really is. But at least it makes sense. It's got some sort of narrative. Tommy is out there. It's like, we got these videos we're going to stick together. And yeah.
Which one had Aerosmith? Is it Aerosmith? It was in
That's Sgt. Pepper.
Oh, okay. They were the evil band, weren't they?
Yeah, they were the bad guy band. Yeah, they did come together.
Those two movies blend together because I only saw one, so I'm like,
the Sgt. Pepper's also has Steve Martin singing Maxwell's Silver Hammer to a bunch of people in Nazi shirts. That's something there, man. Bang, bang, Maxwell's silver hammer came down upon her head, and he'd smash him in the head.
I like the movie because he's a pinball wizard. They show him he's blind. He's playing pinball.
Yeah. Hey, and then Elton John comes out in those huge platform shoes. Ever since I was a young boy, and he gets right in the camera. Yeah. Let's see.
They're all wasted.
Later on, Beatles hated each other to the point where they wouldn't even play together. I heard they stopped playing live because their music couldn't be heard live. But I do think it's kind of funny that they sang songs to each other. The whole thing about some people say the world is filled with silly love songs. That's actually in response to John Lennon.
John Lennon was killed. That's how they stopped playing together. Because the other two did. For a while they were playing. The remaining three were towards the end. Then George Harrison died.
Speaking of weird and terrible movies, Monkey's Head. Yeah, that is a bad movie. But it gave us the Porpoise song. And that's not a bad thing. That is a great Monkey song. Best rock band movie to this day is Spinal Tap. I can't argue that. What do you think, Breen?
That'd be hard to argue.
This is Spinal Tap is definitely definitely a great. But one of the things I love about This is Spinal Tap is you have so many bands that are convinced it's really based on them, because it just goes off of so many. By the way, I at one point in time did have every Spinal Tap album.
Wasn't there a Def Leppard movie?
A Def Leppard movie?
With the drummer?
Well, for a little bit, VH1 was making movies about the origins of bands. They did one for the Monkees, Meatloaf, and I do believe they did one for Def Leppard as well.
I know the Jacksons have their own movie too.
Which one?
Jacksons.
Oh yeah, yeah. It wasn't like they were in it. They were actors.
No, I know.
Yeah, but I do believe that was. But Head, oh my gosh, Head is horrible. That they actually came up with a lot of scenes in they had this thing. It was called the Dark Room. Basically, it was a shipping container that they made so the guys could go in and kind of relax in between filming. And Jack Nicholson came on set, and they just smoked pot and came up with ideas for a movie, and their ideas made it in the movie.
I think that if they would have done Head correctly, it would have been great.
Detroit Rock City.
That was one of those movies that I wished I'd seen when I was still abusing substances. That might have made more sense. But VENKMAN, I got a Def Leppard story for you. Do you know who XTC is, the band?
Dear God.
Yes, since working overtime, dear God. But Andy Partridge, to say he was a little nuts would be an understatement. And MTV made the mistake of letting him host 120 minutes one night. And the first thing he does is he takes a toy car with like those like life with the little things in there, like the pieces, and he blows the head off one. He goes, "Oh, look, it's the JFK mobile." And then a couple minutes later, he goes, "I'd give my right arm to be in Def Leppard." Surprisingly, he was not asked back.
That is funny.
Early TV DJs, man, there was a lot of them that were just like weird.
Well, he wasn't a DJ. He was the lead. He was the front man of XTC. And
I know, but I'm saying like MTV when they had their DJ hosts and stuff in there, some were good and some were just like, wow, why are you on here? Like,
Dennis DeYoung from Styx was a really good VJ for that. And I love the Weird Al days. By the way, Man of Action is bringing up a movie called Dazed and Confused, which is pretty good. Detroit Rock City, by the way, if you want to see how a young England teen grew up, watch a movie called Detroit Rock City, because those guys are very much me, Rob, my friends. It really, seriously,
I resemble that too, because that was the characters in that were about the same age I was when the movie was set
at that time. So that was really your era. Yeah. I saw that. I was like, okay, and you're right. It's about 10 years before our teenage years, but it was so us, right down to stripping and then vomiting into a pitcher. That is just like they filmed us. It was amazing. Anybody mentioned Pink Floyd, The Wall? I remember seeing that a couple of times at midnight movies. I like the album. My daughter likes the album. I was very surprised at that. It's like J-pop and K-pop and The Wall. She digs on it, After a while, I just kind of grew out of it. What about you?
When I was in high school, if you wanted to, get in good with the Burnouts, you had to own Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh, of course.
And I said, I'm so old. That album was only a couple years old when I was in high school. And it was like, it was almost like it was on the syllabus. You had to have it.
Well, when I was a teenager, and of course I got my first job, if I liked a band, I would go nuts. Like if somebody would say, "Oh yeah, you should try that," and okay, I'll check out Pink Floyd. What I would do is I would take all of my money and I would buy all the cassettes I could. Yes, cassettes. And I bought everything Pink Floyd, bought everything Led Zeppelin, and I listened to Pink Floyd, and I was like, wow. They really are not a band you want every album on.
Well, Yeah, I'm more of a fan of the first album that Sid Barrett was the front man on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I like some of the other stuff, but yeah, if Sid hadn't gone, whacked, there's no telling what direction that band went. I mean, they were going to be a heavy psych band.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, I think he lasted 3 songs into the second album, and turns out he was so insane that in the early 90s, Capitol offered him $1 million to make anything. It said it just doesn't matter how good he couldn't pull it together to even make $1 million.
That is I bought everything. I bought even Roger Waters' solo albums. He had one called like the something about the Lonely Hitchhiker, and then something radio waves.
Radio KO or something like that, or
Radio Chaos. No, it was
Chaos,
Radio Waves.
Chaos.
Radio Waves was the single that came off of it.
And then he did Amused to Death later on. And
didn't care for that. When I got into Kiss, I did the same thing. But Kiss is hard because they put out 2 albums a year for some. But I really became a Kiss fan. Saw them in concert once without the makeup, and then the rest of the times were. That was a good time for the Crazy Nights tour. That was when I saw them. And we were big on going to concerts, but this is back when you could get a ticket for $18. Yes, I'm old. Adam West, The Thing from the album, Dr. Demento, Covered in Punk. You tell me Adam West, and I'm thinking, what is it? The song they did to Wild Wild West. You gotta rev it up, emergency bat turn. He's got cool and savoir-faire. In his gray underwear. Who is the hero that we like best? It's gotta be the Batman, gotta be Adam West. Adam West, yeah. Radio Chaos, he did his own The Wall. Yep, I remember that. But I like The Wall. The Wall's pretty good. It's a good music movie.
I think that, if I'm not mistaken, that came out right as I was graduating. It was 1980, wasn't it?
What, The Wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 1980. I remember we saw it, and it was a midnight movie thing for us. We went and saw it. It was like that or heavy metal when that came out. And I've got a confession to make. I don't like heavy metal. It's boring. Heavy metal.
I have one question.
What's up?
How can you have any pudding if you haven't eaten your meat?
Adam West has some records. They played them on Dr. Oh, really? I did not know that. And he sings them like Batman. I want this. I want this in my life. It's like for a while I had every William Shatner album.
Transformed Man?
Yeah, I had Transformed Man.
That was the best.
In the 90s, he actually, 90s or maybe 2000s, he did a spoken word album that was actually really good. I was surprised at this because I was putting it on ready to, no, it was done well. I was actually surprised. So go figure.
Well, here's one. See if you have. If I can find it. Give me a sec.
Okay. Here's one. He says, and then walks away. But excuse me. He sings about like it's on par with Shatner. Man, I want to hear that. Or at least if it's as good as Bilbo Baggins by Leonard Nimoy. Have you heard this, Venkman?
What was it called?
Bilbo Baggins by Leonard Nimoy.
No, I wasn't into Spock.
I think it's something that everybody should hear once. It's Leonard Nimoy singing the legend of Bilbo Baggins. I'm not fucking around, man. Seriously, it is some wild stuff. Wild stuff. Yeah.
I was too busy jamming out to Glenn Fry. You Belong to the City. With Don Johnson.
You belong to the city. You belong to the night. Yep. That
Eagles,
is pretty.
Eagles, man. That's where I was during the 80s. That's why I was only growing up. I was born in 85, but still, man. That's when I think of 80s music. I go back to Glenn Fry and the Eagles because they started off
with the Smugglers Blues doing during the Miami Vice soundtrack.
Yep.
The Smugglers Blues. Yep. Man, that was such a great time. I mean, MTV played videos, and they actually cared about the videos to give them some sort of narrative, and it was
great.
really neat.
There was no such thing as a reality TV.
Yeah, it's,
It's like,
it really did turn sour fast, man.
I mean, Wheel of Fortune was big,
Oh yeah, I remember that.
but a lot of those, the 80s in general. When me and Rob watched Kung Fury, those like, dude, this is like everything I want. It's like, got raptors and shooting laser eyes.
Right.
I must be. He's like loving this. He's like, must be in the Jurassic period.
Yeah, and the 80s, I think, was the last time before they decided that everybody had to be a demographic.
Bring back the Power Glove.
Where it would actually be, okay, over here, you were going to market this music to these people, that music to those people. It was like, it was music. It's for whoever.
And as much as people crap on Madonna today, her songs back then actually were #1 hits. Almost.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, most definitely. She was huge, man.
And she was actually cute before she got her plastic surgery.
Yeah.
It was another girl, Tiffany, was really big.
Oh, Tiffany. Yeah, at the time, I remember first it was Madonna versus Cyndi Lauper, and then Tiffany and Debbie Gibson came out.
Yeah.
And everybody remembers and talks about Tiffany. I always thought Debbie Gibson was the more talented. But then again, I thought that Cyndi Lauper was more talented between...
Tiffany had that one song. I think we're alone. That wasn't her song. It was a cover of a
Beatles song, yeah.
No, it wasn't Beatles.
At least Debbie Gibson made her own song.
It was, look it up.
Well, that sucks.
I know, right? Debbie Gibson should have won. Where did you stand on the Debbie Gibson Tiffany thing?
Tommy James and Shondells. That's where she got her song from.
Debbie Gibson? Yeah.
Tommy James and the Shondells, 1967. Look up their music.
Okie dokie.
They have a lot of songs that people forget about them.
Look
Dick
up
Tracy. Oh, I love that.
was stolen by mobsters.
What was stolen by mobsters?
Tommy James. They ran afoul. Their contract was bought by the mob or something like that.
By the way, Tim Lim's bringing up the Dick Tracy soundtrack. That is an amazing soundtrack. I love that. It's got that's where you have that sooner or later you're gonna be mine, and that won the Oscar over Blaze of Glory, by the way, by Bon Jovi.
I was gonna bring up Hop, the soundtrack.
But hold on, and I particularly, and this is kind of funny, but Mandy Patinkin has a song with Madonna on that called "What Can You Lose," about a guy who loves a woman. He's wondering, should he tell her because they're best friends. And it's all about, do you make the leap and risk losing the friendship, or do you just stay silent? And it's absolutely great because everybody's been there. I just love that. That's a good call, Tim. That's a good pull. Let's see. I remember Tiffany from the Jetsons movie, says Aqualad. Just hold out for one more day.
Did you guys talk about Mega Python versus Gatoroid yet? Speaking of Tiffany and Debbie Gibson,
Same movie, together.
Please do. I have no freaking clue what you're talking about.
It was one of those sci-fi no budget movies, and they played. One was an oceanographer, and the other one, I can't remember what the other one was, but they were rivals over something. And then these two big creatures get loose, and Mickey Dolenz has a cameo as a pompous version of himself. And he's supposed to play the He's supposed to play this event in the town, and as he's warming up, the giant python just comes and swallows him whole and pulls him out, pulls him away.
Are those for auction, sir?
They will be. I've got to log them in, and and get them.
You don't have 217 in there, do you?
I will have to check. I don't think so. I think I go into the 220s here.
Okay,
early 200s. Okay.
217's first Quasar, and that's bloated.
If you get down to there you go.
Those are nice, but when they did the premiere on Sci-Fi Channel, they had Tiffany and Debbie Gibson in the studio.
Yeah.
And I can't remember which one died, but when the one's character died, when they went back to the studio, whoever it was said, "I'm dead. That sucks. It was a fun time.
If you ever get into the 100s, let me know.
Oh, wow. 193.
Yep.
First Kirby back.
Yeah, it actually says that right there. King Kirby is back. Dun dun dun. So yeah.
It can destroy the world.
Yeah,
I like, dude, and I was reading that the whole Captain America for the issue 101, I think it was. He had the nuclear tape on his back of his neck. If he removed it, it would set off the H bomb that was planted behind like the map, the global map, in the Shield headquarters.
I haven't ignored my the Canadian viewers, so
Darkness is ready for Saturday already.
Oh, he's like, Maranya, say go. Yeah, and I haven't forgotten about this. Is number 1 from the original 1970s series, so I figured, you know what the heck, let's see. Yeah, let's see how that goes. But that was just something that's just something that came in for auctions. By the way, there are much more that I didn't show as well. So
Maranya is saying, when I heard Elton John's version of Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds before I heard the Beatles, she's like, I thought the Beatles actually did a cover.
That's funny. And I already showed you guys these, but why not? I'm showing them while we're talking music anyway, so might as well. This came in. So did this, but I'm thinking I'm keeping it. This is, I don't know. It's hard to think. You know, I might. Yeah.
Keep that and put it on a shelf behind you.
Maybe I was actually thinking about getting a corner shelf right here, so I could put some of those things up. Yeah. This one's going on auction, though. I know for a fact.
Is it a reprint of Amazing?
No, no, it's not a reprint. This one's going to be as well, so that you'll have that. This one will be, I believe. So, yeah, good times. Good. I'll keep talking, man. I'm sorry. I kind of destroyed the momentum, dude, didn't I?
Favorite concert, right?
Favorite concert? I've only been to a couple concerts. I went to the Cake concert. I also had OK Go at the rave down here. But my favorite was actually Skillet. I saw them at a high school down here before they became big. So no, Switchfoot. I saw Switchfoot. Switchfoot was at the one with Cake and OK Go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the 3 bands.
Okay, age and music knowledge test. Let's see. Best concert. Damn, my first was Styx, and their Kilroy was here concert. I loved it. You know, I was at the time I was 13 years old. They were the first band I really got into. My mom had to take me, but they had a movie, then a stage show, and then a rock concert. So when I went to see a regular rock concert, it was a bit of a disappointment because they did this big thing and everybody else just came on saying songs and walked away. I was like, where's the show? After that, with my friends, though, we saw, I got to say, with the friends by myself, it has to be Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden put on a freaking show, man. But Ace Frehley was supposed to open for him, and he didn't show up. And the local band that they got to replace him got booed off stage like 10 minutes in. So rather than do the Guns N' Roses thing and wait until they were supposed to go on or walk away, Iron Maiden came out and did an extra 50 minutes worth of music. So we got a 2 hour, 50-minute concert from Iron Maiden. Absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. I mean, they are just amazing to see live. I saw Kiss live, and that is a show you have to show up to. That is really good. And surprisingly, I know it's going to sound weird, but Weird Al Yankovic puts on a great freaking show.
You know what you do? You kill that bird, and then you at me when you tell people on Twitter that you killed the bird.
Yeah, I'm never going to kill the bird. That ain't happening. Yeah. Are those comics? They look well. Some of them are trade paperbacks. Some of them are comics, and some of them are graphic novels. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
little bit of everything.
I can't trust a bird in there with comics that I want to sell. I'm like,
The bird is not allowed with open paper because he likes to land and like he'll start biting into it.
give him the moldy one.
Let's see those books, Captain Canuck. I've seen the creator of the book in real life. That's cool. Let's see.
Works. Which Warner version did you see? The original singer or the guy that got to step in because the other one couldn't sing?
Say again.
I'm asking Quirks, which he said Foreigner was his favorite. He's been, I guess, seen a concert. I'm asking which singer, original singer.
Lou Graham would have been gone before Quirks was born.
Yep.
There is the original singer. There is one out there right now. They replaced him with someone else.
So here's a question then. What is the band you wish you saw? Like you missed it. Like your chances more than likely done now.
Oh, the Jam.
The Jam. I never saw Alice Cooper in concert, and he was here last year when we had no money. I was like, oh no. I even thought about maybe, scrimping up and eating ramens. So the girls could go, but they didn't want to go by themselves. It was their first concert. They're nervous and everything. So I figured, okay, sorry.
Well, at least you still have a chance. You have Paul Weller's the front man of the Jam, and they broke up almost 40 years ago. Mm-hmm. And in his opinion, John Lennon wishes he were as talented as Paul Weller. And all three members are still alive, still performing. The other two hired a guy that sounds like Paul Weller to, do stuff together. He steadfastly refuses to even do a reunion show, which kind of sucks because half of their fan base came along after they broke up. I myself included. I didn't know who they were until they were, a done deal.
Yeah.
To answer a question, by the way, by Chrononaught, who would win, Eric Breen with the Powers of America or Maranya with the Iron Man? Here's the thing. I'm gonna Batman Iron Man a little bit and say that he's got a way to beat everybody.
Chrononaught with Wild Stallions.
Otherwise, in all honesty, I think America Chavez would.
Again, depends on the writer. If my girl Gabby's writing it.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
If he kills the bird, he faces the wrath of his wife, Gail. Really?
I'm still alive.
Would you be mad at me if I killed your bird?
Yeah.
There you go. See, she loves that bird more than me. I always tell her, someday I wish to find someone who loves me as much as you love that bird. Yep. The Cramps is the missed concert from Man of Action Wild Stallions.
Someday Gail will find someone who loves her as much as you love your YouTube channels.
Yeah, well, I think she would believe that too. VENKMAN said someday Gail wishes to find someone as much as I love my YouTube channels.
Yes.
I missed Sting when he came to my college. Everyone said it was an awesome show. Wish I had seen that one. Maranya sang Zeppelin. It was this close. Sam Friend was going to get tickets, and then Bonham died. Ouch. B.B. King was a serious musician too. Those old guys were hot. Yeah, he was good.
Well, Chris Cornell was actually supposed to come to Milwaukee, and then he died. Just the day before, he was supposed to come to Milwaukee.
I haven't seen AC/DC either, and I would have liked to have done that.
Yeah, now a couple of them are gone.
Yep.
You know what would have been a good concert to go to? Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash, yeah. Yeah, I didn't appreciate him until he was until after, in all honesty. I mean, I always heard his music, but I didn't really listen to it until he did this remake of
this song, dude. One piece at a time. He built
one piece of a time. Yeah, my dad would play it constantly, so it was always my dad's music when I was growing up.
Dude, majority of my music that I like is actually from my parents.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, Simon and Garfunkel. They used to play that a lot, and I am an island. Yeah, I heard so much Simon and Garfunkel growing up, but I love that. And by the way, my daughters do now as well because I used to play them.
Was it just you and Julio down at the schoolyard?
Well, we've been bitching about the X-Men cover with Wolverine having the cigar taken out of his fingers.
Yeah.
When Sony did the Simon and Garfunkel box set, Paul Simon's sitting there like this, with nothing in his hand because they airbrushed the cigarette out.
He's doing the peace sign.
Yeah.
The concert I'm still annoyed about missing was AC/DC opened by Def Leppard. Wow, that'd be a show. I did see Guns N' Roses open for Motley Crue.
Now, here's a question. Did Johnny Cash really flip the bird at Folsom Prison?
I have no idea.
You ever see that poster where he's giving the bird on camera?
It could have.
But Gail's old enough to be there. Did Frank Sinatra? No, I'm just kidding.
Frank Sinatra.
He's older. That's the joke. Okay, she didn't know who you brought up.
The joke is that you want to die.
Yes, I'm always tempting her. I'm waiting for the day where you actually see something hit me in the head.
Was that a brick?
Speaking of prison, my brother went to a show that Waylon Jennings was playing in one night, and they literally brought him out on the stage in shackles, unshackled him, let him perform, came back out, put him back in shackles, and let him away. He was literally on work release.
Wow.
That is funny. I'm going looking back Texas, Waylon and Willie and the boys. All right, let's see. No lie, I won tickets on the radio to go see John Tess and his orchestra. They were fantastic, says Trusty.
Josh Tesh, or what is it?
John Tesh. The thing is that can happen, man. Look, you get sometimes you hear, like I was not a Neil Diamond fan until I actually listened to Neil Diamond. I'm like, wow, this guy can play some.
Dang, I'd still like to see either one of them before they die.
Barry Manilow, that boy's gonna be in a walker doing his music.
What's Bobby Darin?
Diamond's gotta be older.
You think? Yeah.
Not sure, but I'll look.
Yeah, but that's right. There are just some bands, like I say, I think, people are just too afraid to admit they like. It's like all the non-ABBA fans or people who hate Air Supply, even though, we all know their songs.
People hate Nickelback.
No, that's legit. Everybody hates Nickelback.
Yes.
But
not as much as Limp Bizkit, though. What
true.
were you kids in the 90s thinking?
One thing, when Neil Diamond would come up and people would start, making fun of him, I would just point out he was cool enough to be invited to the Last Waltz.
Well, you can make fun of
Neil. I don't know what that is. That was the band's farewell concert. And that had, Dylan. It was a who's who of the time, and Neil Diamond played.
Oh, okay. So here's something. Chrononaught is asking, with a time machine. Now, does it have to be one we've seen or we haven't seen? With a time machine, go back and see a concert. He says it would be Woodstock.
I wouldn't trust those hippies around a time machine.
They would just shit in it.
That would be cool, but there were so many big names begged off of that. I mean, it'd be nice enough if you could sit there like from a luxury box, but I don't think I could have done it down there in the trenches.
Yeah. You don't think you could have hung with naked hippies?
If I'm gonna do it, I have to have the legend ship so I can actually get the clothes. Otherwise, I'm a crazy person.
No, I don't know. The Beatles at Shea Stadium.
Really, you wouldn't be able to hear anything. Oh, you know what though? I know it's not an official concert, but the Beatles after what was it, Abbey Road, where they were up on the building?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That would be awesome. I know it's not an official concert, but it would have been awesome to be walking by, and then all of a sudden the freaking Beatles are playing up there.
Or like maybe the Clash or the Jam at one of those British punk clubs.
Sex Pistols.
Nah, I wouldn't waste the time travel on that.
Holy shit.
I couldn't be there to listen to music. Be there to get laid.
Let's see. I'm not afraid to say I live. Nickelback, says Comic Works.
Farm Aid with Van Halen.
There you go. That's one that would be pretty safe-ish, but really cool to watch. I would like to be in London for the Queen segment of what is it? We Are the World. What was that? Live Aid.
Yep.
That would have been really cool. Plus, they also had Bowie. They had Elton John. They had all the. I mean, in 1980s was a really good year for English music.
It was a good year for all music, really.
Yeah, I think Live Aid would have been really cool, but I would want to be in the English section.
Even with the threat of the Cold War, so many people were just like, you know what, we're just gonna have fun.
That was really cool.
That was the mentality. We're all about making money, having fun. Then the 90s came, we we're like, I want to do drugs and just do grunge.
Yep.
Have you ever seen the show Taxi, Eric?
The Judd Hirsch.
Yeah, Judd Hirsch.
Yeah.
And Danny DeVito. There was an episode in there. I still remember to this day because it made me laugh this freaking hard. But Danny DeVito, he was the manager or whatever, and he sent people out on the cab. So he was in this little office all the time. And one time he's looking around, and there's a cockroach in his office. And you never see the cockroach. He just describes it. You know, it's big as a dog. And at the end of the show, he sets up a fishing pole with a piece of bait because he wants to catch it. And they're talking, and you see the fishing pole kind of lean forward. Yeah. So I've got my air conditioning right next to me. And the like all air conditioners, the slide didn't reach all the way over, so I've got a little block and it's taped off. So I'm sitting here, we're having a live stream, and I hear, I'm like, what's this? And then this dog walks into just kind of goes, I'm like, I grab something, and I missed it. So I swear to gosh, this freaking big. Yeah. And we've been looking for it ever since. And if you notice, I've been doing this because that fucker's a flyer. And I swear to gosh, I'm going to kill that. Yeah.
It's a cockroach?
It's this big. I mean, it's like one of those Egyptian fricker.
They're called palmetto bugs.
Technically it's a palmetto bug. I don't give a. Yeah, I know, right? I'm thinking,
Cork says with a time machine, he'd go see Hendrix at Monterey. If I had a choice, I think I'd rather go to Monterey than Woodstock.
Not a bad pull on that one.
It'd be like Rick and Morty. You guys going to the thing same together.
Oh, Faye.
That's it.
You know who's got big flying cockroaches? Manny.
Man,
he's over in Hawaii over there. He gets his
Hawaii, yeah. Tropical climates, man. Florida state bird is a goddamn.
He's told me it's because it's always warm now. He's like, I got flying cockroaches and I got rats.
Yeah, you see, you could actually see small children being lifted off by cockroaches down here.
Oh, you taking your dog for a walk? No, that's a cockroach. Oh.
Yeah, I know. It's what does yellow light mean? Slow down.
I don't think I recommend is for your air conditioner. Get that foam, that gray foam.
Yeah.
Shove it in there as much as tight as you can.
Yeah, this was work, but the it just got old. And yes, Aqualad, I agree. I freaking hate. I hate it too.
Also helps is you get a bug zapper hanging outside your window.
Oh yeah, that would be really cool. I've got one of those electric ones.
Not next to the window. Draw them out.
I got one of those electric ones. Before I had the air conditioner, I had a fan. And it was right in front, but I had to get the air conditioner because one day I'm sitting here, and this is when I had the chair. So the window is right here. And because I'm like, it's right to the side of me right now, but I was standing right in front, the fan's blowing on me and everything. It's feeling nice. But what ended up happening was a field of gnats flew by the fan and then they got sucked in and blown right into my face.
I have an old Sears right in your mouth too when you're eating.
It was horrible, man, because there were some that it was like not only did I get dead bugs shot out at me, but then I got live ones still buzzing around my head. So I got one of those electric things. I'm like, oh, what the hell? That and every once in a while, with the fan, I would have lizards. They would like jump on the back, and then they would commit suicide by jumping. And those things, I'm sorry, that does happen where like half of it gets shot out.
Splat. What's that? You see a red strips go towards your face on camera.
Yeah. At least with the air conditioning, when they commit suicide on the fan blade, they just fall to the bottom. They're not shot out at us or anything. But we still hear it. We'll be watching a movie and the air conditioner will be on. We'll hear thunka 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 thunka. It's
like, yeah, I have an old Sears Craftsman out. The old
oh my goodness,
bug lights, the ones that looks like a lantern from the 70s.
Oh yeah, those would be really good too.
Like I said, I have it at least 20 feet away from your house. So the bugs go that way or anything else. Or anything else.
That would work. I'm just making sure I could still see where that thing is, because we gotta get rid of it.
Well, what's that? Is that? I mean, as far as is a cockroach grosser than a centipede with the furry ones?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I was at my friend's house and we were watching. I'm like, "What's that?" It's dark in there because the TV's on. I'm like, "What's that black spot? It's about the size of my hand."
Oh, when I got to admit, at first I was kind of weirded out, but in Thailand, there were salamanders and lizards running around people's houses. I'm like, what the hell are you letting lizards run around in your house? And I noticed there's no insects in the house. They let the lizards in, so they ate the insects. So.
What happens when you step on it? It goes crunch under your foot.
They know to keep away from you. Anyway, this got weird, didn't it? Truth be told, Faith Hill concert. I'm sorry.
We talked about movies, songs, and then death to all animals from a fan blade.
Hey, I told you, man, this is a hangout. We're talking about whatever the hell. Yeah. Getting back to the title of this live stream, who looks like I don't know. I just figured it would be a confusing title.
That's why we put it in there.
Yeah. It's like, you look like the question. I mean, the question literally is a blank face. So anybody, I guess. Or I don't know.
That should have been, that probably was the name of one of the titles. So like, who is the question?
Who is the question? Glad I'm in Cali. I'm going back to Cali.
No, I don't think so.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. If you still can't find me at Eric Breen and Moran, you check Brad Paisley when he was on tour with Kelly Clarkson and Taylor Swift.
I guess Mama said knock you out.
Mom said knock you out. I gotta admit, occasionally there's a song outside of my wheelhouse that I'll go for. Those are some of them. And like I said, the Eminem song, I dig that. We talked about that over at Extreme Movie Show.
I don't know. You kind of look like a Will Smith guy. Get jiggy with it.
No, I mean, of course, in the 80s, you had Parents Just Don't Understand and Nightmare on My Street, and I dug those. Yeah, I guess. I like the Men in Black song. We are the Men in Black.
Okay, has there ever been a catchier song than Hey Ya by Outkast?
Oh, my gosh, I love that song. Yeah.
I forgot.
Hey Ya. Shake it, shake it. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. It's a mindset you have to tell yourself not to be scared of them. And Killer Catch 'em. I'm talking all types of bugs here, says Darkness Comes, here in the cave. They're everywhere. Good thing other creatures here eat them.
Yeah, it gets kind of annoying when your kids start eating the bugs.
I know, right? Except for when we need them to. I'll get Ashley. She'll take care of the roach. I was not going for the music on some of those. I've never seen a band like that, but I think I would have attended a Lita Ford concert just for that reason, or the Bangles. Susanna Hoffs is all kinds of cute.
Yep.
Hey man, you get a steak out, you have a roach on a steak.
A friend of mine tried out to be Lita Ford's guitarist. He didn't get the job.
Oh, I don't know what Lollipop's song is except for that one. The one from the 50s. Call my baby Lollipop, tell you why. Her kiss is sweeter than an apple pie. That one? That's the one. Ooh, my lollipop is great. I call her lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly. Except for when you consider you're licking the lollipop, it does kind of get a little bit dirty on either side of the road, doesn't it? The Eminem song, The Candyman, Who Can Make a Rainbow? I gotta say, I did not know Sammy Davis did that song. The first time I heard it was in Willy Wonka. So that's where I heard it. YouTube barely notified me now. Hi. Hey, Maverick, what's up? You weren't here in the beginning? I thought you were.
Wow.
We're an hour and a half in and they finally sent notifications.
I get notifications right away, dude. Like I said, you guys get some iPhones.
You know what? I'm gonna start just leaving all in the England team in the comic book core, the whole 9 yards. I'm just gonna leave.
You did post it in England team, but I don't think.
Yeah, no, but I'm gonna leave the YouTube the link so everybody can watch it in the comic core, as well as the regular one.
Do they have mobile alerts for Twitter? Because he posted on Twitter before we go each time.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see. No.
I have mobile alerts on for my phone because I have unlimited data.
Right. I do not. Let's see. YouTube barely notified me. Thanos versus the Lollipop Kids. Is that like the Lollipop Guild or?
No, Lollipop Kids. Those are like the they're actually little stuffed dolls. They have like button eyes, kind of like Coraline, what they call lollipops.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember the ones you could shake? I forget what it's called, but you can shake those. It makes noise. Those little they had those with dollies too. He had a long neck and the weird hair, so you could shake them. It makes noise.
I have no idea about what you're talking about. Seriously, man, you're way off.
I'm just saying we got to talk about toys that were just so weird that they actually I don't know why they were made, but.
Okay, when I was a kid, a toy that I played with all the time was it was called a lemon twist. You tie it to one leg and you swing it around. It was kind of like a jump rope, and I used to get so good with it that I ran down the street using it, and that was the whole, to do timing and such. I was a much more athletic person.
That's the jibba jabba.
Guys, which phone company do you think? I have no freaking clue.
I have neither.
Yeah. Frankly, neither is any good. Both companies did me wrong.
Talk through Walmart.
Oh, there you go. With arms wide open.
They gave me actually this month, because coronavirus and stuff, they gave me an extra free 10 megabytes of data.
My sacrifice. Sorry.
Ronnie got shafted by Verizon and AT&T.
Creepy crawlies. Anybody remember those?
Creepy crawlies. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those. The things you threw up against the wall and they kind of rolled down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could get a kit and you could make them too. And
Yep.
They did absolutely nothing, but they were. But the late 60s, your options were limited.
Oh, I did pull up an article, but we never got around to it. Marvel Digital Sales highlights Runaways, Captain Marvel, Black Panther. And apparently these are the ones that are selling digitally right now. Miles Morales, Man-Thing, Runaways, The Life of Captain Marvel, Ta-Nehisi Coates' Captain America, X-Men Grand Design, and Black Panther. Go figure.
We can also talk about how the Michigan armed residents.
Oh, yeah. Nah, I'm kind of chill right now, man. Seriously. In a little bit, we're going to call it so I can hang out with the missus. This is, by the way, I just want this as a birthday present. I showed Gail. It's a statue, coming out. Look at this. That is sweet. Am I even sharing the screen?
Yeah.
You are.
Okay, because I've done that before. That is a sweet Catwoman statue, man.
Iris and everything. And it's George.
Yeah, that is really good.
She's standing on top of George.
Yeah.
It's George. Echo. Why am I hearing feedback?
That is weird.
Yeah.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Hello? Okay, it's over again. All right.
Hello.
Yeah, that was kind of strange. Well, I closed out the YouTube part. Usually I have the YouTube page open as well as this, and I closed out, and all of a sudden we had echo, and I'm wondering, okay, why did that happen? I don't know. Let's see. I remember the little machine where you heated up blocks of plastic, turned them into bugs. They unfolded with the heat. Oh, wasn't that Nope. I was going to say Shrinky Dinks, but that goes the other way.
I thought that's what the creepy crawlers were.
A woman who looks like a woman that should get banned. Yeah. All righty. So I've got to go hunting. Do y'all have anything to add for the evening?
No, not really.
All righty. This was cool. This was literally just a hangout, man. What should the thumbnail be? We talked about music. We talked about all sorts of stuff. I'm looking at the monkeys, by the way.
Yeah, put the cover up then as the thumbnail because we talked about them.
Yeah, the the cover to the monkeys?
Yeah, why not?
All righty, will do. Hey, we're the monkeys, and people say we monkey around. We're too busy singing to put anybody down. We're just trying to be friendly, so come and watch, sing, and play. 'Cause we're the young generation, and we've got something to say.
I don't know, the episodes that I was weirded me out is when David Jones dressed up as the girl. That just freaked me out. I was like, why is he doing this? And then the guy's like, hey, how's it going? And I'm like, no.
Well, there were 2 episodes I think stood above all others, and one of them they did a fairy tale kind of thing, and I thought that was really good.
Well, this is the one with the Partridge Family.
Well, it was this one was one where Mike Nesmith dressed up like a girl. At one point in time, all of them did, and the other one was one where Peter Tork sold his soul to the devil. I thought those 2 were really good. I mean, all of them were really fun. I do enjoy them all.
That's the funny
and I do watch the Christmas episode every year because they do a song called Ryu Shiu. It's a Spanish song. And
what are you watching on?
Say again?
Do you watch on YouTube?
No, I got the DVDs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've got the box sets and everything. But yeah, it's really that's just a really fun show. I like that. I might do I keep threatening to do a binge show for Extreme Movie Show. I'm only a few episodes away from finishing Young Justice season 1.
That's kind of what me and Rob are kind of thinking about for his TV series because we're trying to figure out what's available to watch. You know,
well, there's tons available to watch. You just
no, as far as TV series, so we're going through Rockford Files, Make Them PI, T.J. Hooker, Starsky and Hutch, Millennium.
Yeah, they're all available. Like I'm just a few episodes away from finishing Young Justice season 1, and then I'm going to do a binge watch of Young Justice season 1. If it's successful, I'll do other shows, and of course the rest of the seasons for Young Justice. I think it could be entertaining. Benny Hill is really funny.
Do a Young Justice thing. We might as well bring Profile on so she can geek out. I think it'll get more guests.
All righty. Let's see. Does Marvel even know who Man Thing is anymore? Yeah, they had a miniseries a couple of years ago. Back in the 60s, my kids would play with bottle caps and ice cream sticks, says Darkness Comes.
The kid's all right. He's got a stick in his hoop.
Wait a second. You keep saying stuff like this, Darkness. How old are you? Back in the 60s, your grandkids. That means you were born in the 1920s. Think about that because you also got to be think about society though, because a lot of people are getting married right out of high school. So you would figure at the very least you got married in 1920 to have kids that were born in the 1940s. in order to be, yeah, you're claiming to be 100 years old right now, Darkness.
If he was born in the 1920s, he had by 20 years old, had kids. 20 years from that would be the 1960s. That's when his grandkids are born.
Right.
Or not old, or not born, but they're old enough.
So it'd have to be 20s, because saying in the 60s. Now it could be late 60s, but that's definitely you're born in the 20s, which would mean right now you're almost 100 years old. Just saying. All righty. Anyway, gang, thanks for hanging out. This was really this was kind of cathartic. This was kind of fun. Talk about everything. No topic whatsoever. That's good. We should do this a little more. All righty. But thanks for keeping the conversations going and talking music and hanging out, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Did you have fun there, Breen?
Yep.
Yeah, it was good to walk down musical memory lane. And RDV admitted to his love for Hanson.
Oh, I never said I love Hanson. Because it makes you mad.
I know, right?
Hey, anybody else notice that Venkman shaved?
Did you just notice it now, really?
Yeah.
Dude, we're dudes. I don't notice when my wife changes her hair. Why would
I was on camera like this with Jimmy like the whole entire time. He looked right at me.
That's just kind of blended in.
All righty. Well, so anyway, once again, guys, thanks for joining the conversation. Thank you for keeping it going. Remember that the best form of transportation is your friends pushing your bed across the city. Old people who love the monkeys will get that one. And remember, thank you very, very much for watching. Have a good time.
And if you
Good night, kids.
And if you post a Twitter of that, a video of that,